Okay, something has to happen. I have loads of books on my desk, so let's finally do an unhaul. What is up, guys? It's me, Chief Fan here. Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be doing a book unhaul. Now, even though I have gotten a lot of books recently, I've decided, you know what, let's just do an unhaul as well, because when I was looking over my shelves earlier today, I'm like, this is, like, you know when you look over your shelves, and there's just books that you're never going to read again, and they're like, this does not reflect me as a reader? Well, that's what happened today, because there's loads of books that are on my bookshelves that I just don't connect with anymore. So, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to be donating a lot of books. No, I'm actually not donating. I'm going to get to why I'm not really saying this is a proper unhaul in a moment, but I'm boxing up all of these books. Now, I'm technically not giving them away. I'm just putting them in my basement. So, technically, this isn't a unhaul, but it's more like a boxing up video. But I don't know. I'm not interested in these books anymore. I'm either A, not interested in these books anymore, or B, I'm just never gonna read them again. Or I've already read them, so whatever. But anyway, I'm not gonna waste any more time because I don't know if you guys can see, which I hope you guys aren't able to see, but there are like 3 whole piles of books just waiting to just be put into boxes. So, stupid fingers. Let's get into this. Okay, so I have a whole empty box for me to fill, plus I have a half-filled one on my side that I'm too lazy to carry up. So anyway, in fact, I'm gonna show these two off first. So anyway, the first one I'm gonna be doing is kind of a more controversial one because this is a controversial person because I used to really like her this author as a writer, but I understood she was not a good person. But then, looking at her books, only one of them I can fully get behind, and even then I'm demoting from its previous 5 out of 5. And I'm sorry, I just don't like these books anymore. It's Anthem and Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand. The fact that I gave Atlas Shrugged at one point a 5 out of 5 stars, and now I'm debating on giving it a 2 out of 5 is pretty. It kind of shows why I just didn't connect with this book, because it's not what I believe in. And I know that's kind of like a controversial statement, like, you can read what you don't believe in, but this book this book is supposed to be a novel, but I found no enjoyment out of it because she just kind of like glossed some fictional characters over her philosophy. That's pretty much what this book is. This is no different than reading a philosophy book. You just get this weird story about the economy collapsing along with it. And unlike The Fountainhead, which is the only other book I'm keeping out of hers, these two just seem like they're just her viewpoints. And even in The Fountainhead, the last 100 pages really hammers her philosophy. I just still enjoy that book because I think it has really good characters to it. These two, not so much. I don't care who John Galt is, they're just going away. Alright, the next book is a series that I'm just going to be boxing up. My dad gave these to me because we're both huge fans of the TV show, but honestly, if I'm going to re-experience the story of these books, I'm going to just rewatch the TV show. And that's the Red Dwarf books. I love Red Dwarf. If you have not watched Red Dwarf, it's kind of like it's a science fiction comedy about just like the last human who lives on this spaceship called a Red Dwarf, and he has like a hologram, evolved cat, and a robot just assisting him to find salvation, and they're just trying to find salvation in the universe. And it's an absolutely hilarious TV show, and I actually have read this first one, and it was good, but like, there's no point in reading these unless I'm a massive fan of the show, like, which I am, but I'm like not really wanting to dive into these books. So if I have no temptation, I'm just gonna get rid of them. Oh my goodness, this first box already is getting filled, so I think I may just transition to the other box soon. But anyway, next book that I have, I'm just going to get the other mass market paperback out of the way. And some people may be shocked because this is part of one of my favorite science fiction series. But what I want to tell you guys is that if this series was a trilogy, it would have been amazing. It would have been absolutely perfect. 5 out of 5 series, just unbelievable. But books 4, 5, and 6 of this series are just nowhere nearly as good. and that is, in this one, Zoe's Tale by John Scalzi. And, of course, he wrote Old Man's War. This is the 4th book in the Old Man's War series, and pretty much what this book is, it's a retelling of the last colony through Zoe's point of view. Yes, it's great to see some perspective with Zoe, but that's really all I got from this book. And the 5th book, oh my goodness, I saw no point in the series going with different characters. They should have just stuck with John Perry and Jane, and they should have recounted, because the 3rd book leaves on a massive cliffhanger that, and I haven't read the 6th book, but the 5th book does not mention them at all. And there's in the last colony, like I said, there's a massive cliffhanger, and from what I've heard about the 6th book, this never gets resolved. And now he's going on to another series, so Old Man's War is over. I'm not reading the 6th book. This is a complete waste of potential because the first 3 books are so good! But I just don't really, I'm just not the biggest fan of where the series went. Alright, and then now we have a whole ton of other books, so let's just hop right into it with In Cold Blood by Truman Capote. I'm filling up with another box now. I don't like this book. Whatever. I'm just gonna go with lightning mode real quick, because I don't want to waste any of you guys' time. But Saw Bellows, Herzog, I think I got this at a library book sale, and I've lost all interest in it, especially since my dry year with classics. The Sellout by Paul Beatty, I read it, it was okay. I don't see why it won the Man Booker Prize. It just is not the greatest. It's just okay. If you ask me, Eileen by Otessa Moshfegh should have won. Another Man Booker Prize winner I'm boxing up. The Luminaries by Eleanor Catton. I got this a long time ago, never read it, and all my interest is now gone. So, goodbye. I also got Jonathan Franzen's The Corrections. I'm also getting rid of this because I'm just not interested. I just didn't love this book. And from reading online, I think I'm not alone with Jonathan Franzen. He just writes very blandly, and his style is just not that interesting. So, even though I like the story of this, its writing absolutely killed it. So, goodbye. White Teeth by Zadie Smith. I think I talked about getting rid of some of these books before in my last Unhaul, but not the biggest fan of this book, so I can get away. I'm also not a fan of Zadie Smith in general. Ceremony. I'm never going to read this. 10th of December by George Saunders. I remember giving this a 3.5 out of 5 stars, but after reading Lincoln and the Bardo, I'm like, okay, let's see something. So I reread one of the stories. It was terrible. So, you know what? Forget it. Forget it. I remember when I gave this a 5 out of 5, thinking I was so cool for getting through this book, and I still have freaking no idea what happened. In fact, I should honestly just downgrade this so much. Gravity's Rainbow by Thomas Pynchon. I understand the premise, I understand the first half, but the second half is absolute bonkers. It's just not that good. I know that's gonna get some people mad at me, but it's rocket science! Ugh, I don't want to read a novel that's so complicated that it's literally rocket science, so goodbye. Yet another Man Booker Prize winner, Wolf Hall by Hilary Mantel. I forgot I had this on my bookshelf, so that was an automatic sign that I just don't want to keep it. So, and also I tried to read this twice and I just can't get into it, so it's farewell for me for Hilary Mantel in general. Ann Patchett's State of Wonder. This is not my favorite Ann Patchett, so that can go. Oh, whoa! Okay. Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur. Didn't sit with me well at all. I actually can't stand that book anymore. On the Road by Jack Kerouac. I don't know why I bought this. I didn't love it, honestly. It's just, Stephen King's The Gunslinger. This is one of my least favorite Stephen Kings, and I'm just not the biggest fan of the Dark Tower series, so I can get rid of that. The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon just didn't stick with me all that well. The House of Seven Gables by Nathaniel Hawthorne. I love The Scarlet Letter. I don't care what anybody says about that, but I'm never going to reread The House of Seven Gables unless if I have to. And the one we read in like high school and college is The Scarlet Letter, so I'm probably never going to read this ever again. The Mayor of Casterbridge by Thomas Hardy. I read it, I kind of liked it, but it just didn't resonate with me all that well, so I can get rid of that. And finally is Dear Mr. M by Herman Koch. I love The Dinner. It is one of my favorite thrillers, but this book, I just gotta be honest, was not that good. I know a lot of my Goodreads ratings don't reflect who I am as a reader, and some of those I have completely differing opinions on now. And this is one of them. I remember really liking this when I read this, but now it's just not that good. It's just not that good. I've got to come to terms. I just don't like Herman Koch besides The Dinner. So that was the video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below what you guys thought of the video. And I know it was a very quick video, but I just have to get a video out there. Just want to get back to making a YouTube video routine. So anyway, this is just an excuse for a video. But anyway, I keep saying anyway so much. But anyway, I'm Mega Man Chief Fan, and I'll see you later, guys.